Okay, all right. Okay, good evening. I'm going to call the Finance Committee meeting to order Tuesday, February 25th, 2020 at 5:40 p.m. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, I was thinking that was that.
And roll call.
Alderpersons Kubaki,
Here.
Kapusta,
Here.
and Hamel.
Here.
Mayor Shivarati.
Here.
We have a quorum present of the Finance Committee.
Thank you. And then the public meeting notice.
This meeting was noticed in accordance with the open meeting law.
And then approval of the February 11th, 2020 minutes.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on those minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. License approvals, recommend approval of operator licenses. The list noticed, note it is amended.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Operator licenses are approved. And then we have recommend approval of Class A dance hall license and Class B license to sell fermented malt beverages and intoxicating liquor for Tipsy Threesome LLC doing business as Irish Cottage 2 on Loomis Court, Kimberly Matthey. And it says request to have upstairs outside patio licensed until close.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved. New business, review proposed change to transition 2 part-time positions to full-time.
Move to approve.
Is there a
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Yeah, can we kind of get an overview of what's going on?
Sure, it's pretty much in the memo. But as you know, the utility clerk who was housed in the DPW garage, retired, quit, whichever way you want to call it, left, and that I believe she was in that position a very, very long time. And so one of the goals was to bring at least the utility billing into the finance area where it really does belong, because finance matters belong together. But then we also realized, because things have grown, and I know that's Ryan is here, Scott's here as well, there's a need still for a person there, just not doing the finances. There's quite a bit of work. The community's grown, lots of things to do, lots of calls, and right now, poor Ryan can't even get away from the desk or out of the building to do the rest of his functions. So we believe that this is the right thing. And coincidentally, and Sharon can correct me if I'm wrong, totally coincidental, 2 part-time staff people had approached Sharon and I that they were interested in full-time positions. It was just, they didn't even know. Totally coincidental. And so one of the things that we feel is a win-win all the way around is having 2 half-time people there versus 1 full-time, is there's the coverage and the cross-training. It's never a good situation, which we just came from, when one person only performed all those functions. So it's even, now just trying to catch up with the billing and things makes it a little harder. So it's best to always have cross-training, and this will do that. And when one goes on vacation, then Ryan and Scott Klaskowski also will have somebody else there to cover if need be.
So, are you doing some of these functions now, Ryan? Is that?
Some, probably all. You turn it on, I think.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Yep. There we go.
I've been doing them since Renee left. So just the day-to-day stuff, answering the phone, doing all the invoicing, all the billing. There's constantly people coming into the shop for general questions. We've locked the doors just so we don't have people walking through all our deliveries. And then just the office administrative stuff, all the way down to sending out letters to citizens, just answering general questions.
Will that be relieved when we replace that position? And this is where I'm confused. We had an administrative person who left and that we're replacing, correct?
Yeah.
So won't that alleviate the burden?
It
For
will.
him, yes.
Yeah.
All right,
No, that's why I'm here.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
But your situation's squared away once we rehire that
if this
position.
gets approved, it will be scored away, yes.
Okay. But what does this have to do then with moving part-time people to full-time? That's where I'm confused.
I'll let Sharon answer that.
Just to clarify, we
Yep.
did fill the utility billing position. So we do have a person who's processing all the utility billing, all the audit, all the budget, financial. And so we hired one person, and what
To
they're
refill a
asking.
full-time position,
Correct.
correct? Okay.
So what we're asking is to take a person who works 30 hours a week to full-time, so that's 10 hours, and then a 20-hour-a-week person to full-time, which would be an additional hour for 30 hours. And between the two, they should be able to work a full-time position over there by taking those hours and transferring over to the utility department.
And if
Or
I can
public
interject,
works.
I was in the exit interview with the individual who left the position, and she strongly expressed that it was too much for one person now, all the duties over there, which is part of a reason to say, I need to go. So,
Basically, we're hiring
30 hours,
two-thirds of it, yeah.
yeah.
30 hours in addition.
Okay, all right.
You know, I guess I don't know if it's a concern. Sounds like we probably need it, but with, somebody new coming in for mayor, we don't know who it's going to be. I guess I have a problem making any really staffing changes without the new mayor coming in, which we don't know. Have they been approached or talked to yet? We don't know which one it'll be, because I guess,
Neither one have any power at this time,
I
but.
understand that, but
And
they
this is-
will be in 6 weeks or.
Correct. This
8
is your decision. And I say that
We're taking our guidance from you, though.
you're taking it from them.
And them, but
And that's why this is not a department head. I would understand that if this was a department head, that might be something you'd want to wait on, but that's not what this is. This is support staff that was really already there, but the positions, the load of work has grown.
but the support staff that left has already been replaced, right? So this is basically,
For a portion of the work. Not all of it.
no, I'm confused again.
Mayor,
Yes.
I just want to ask you, please, not to burden Brian until after we have a new mayor. He's struggling right now with.
That's what it sounds
We
like,
need
right.
to, yeah, we need to give him help.
But that position is going to be filled with a full-time person. Right?
But he needs a full-time person.
But he's got a full-time person coming in. The administrative
But they're two
assistant who
different
left.
jobs, from what I understand.
You better go up to the microphone. They can't hear you.
And yell at it, please.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
utility billing portion is stationed now in the finance department. What they need, and they all agree, it needs to be stationed there just because it's all financial related. So what they're going to have are two people who are going to share the job, each 20 hours each, and that will cover the 40 hours, but they'll be stationed in their department. Does that make sense? So you have a new person who's
Yeah.
already here in the
Okay,
finance
so we had one
department.
person who was,
She
in the utility area,
retired.
that retired.
That position's been filled, a portion of it. So all the high-level financial functions have been filled. So we have two individuals here right now who are part-time. One's 30 hours, one's 20 hours. We're going to make those two individuals into full-time positions. So they will work each 20 hours in my department, 20 hours in the mayor's department, 40 hours in the Public Works Department. So all we're doing is we replaced the retired individual's position, and we are moving two part-time to two full-time positions. So we're adding 30 hours. That's all we're doing. But it will give them full-time coverage.
but that position is going to support, because in here it shows it's going to be 49% sewer, 25% water.
That's just how we allocate the cost for their salary and benefits.
Because those are the
That's how the individual
Duties that they'll be
split up before.
performing, that percentage of the time gets accredited.
And that's just the 30 additional hours. The 20 hours will still stay
Where they're at right
They were
now.
charging to the mayor's department and 20 hours to the finance.
And legal department.
Yes, and legal.
For what position is that now?
I don't know that we want to get into
Yeah.
that. We didn't want to,
Very
because now we're
confusing,
like telling who people are, that we shouldn't be doing that.
We typically check
We,
positions.
it's just two part-time positions, individuals that expressed a desire that happened to work out with this.
Yeah, and
And
the
they're going to
titles-
stay in the same roles they're in and then add to supporting in the Public Works
And
garage.
the current titles are administrative assistant in the mayor and attorney's department, and the other one is the account clerk in the finance department. So those two will both become administrative assistants.
And this isn't something that we can deal with for the next 45 days or?
It would be more than 45 because even with an incoming person, they've got a lot to learn and this would be on the back burner and that would be very harmful to Ryan and the whole customer service, you name it, all of it. It's not wise.
And why this is going to work out so well is there wouldn't be much training involved because these two individuals are very familiar right now with processing invoices, our departments, they know how to answer calls, transfer calls, and that's a benefit
And our whole systems.
of taking these two
And
part-time.
this just came up recently? We didn't see this coming?
No,
No.
nope.
I just have a hard time making a permanent position right now. Can we do it, increase their hours to full-time hours temporarily until,
I just want to give you guys an idea of staffing right now, just everything that was going on. All the invoices that processed for water, sewer, DPW are being picked up by Wendy, who's already processing everything for planning, engineering, conservation. Dan is gone. Dan retired at the end of the year. I am doing part of Dan's job. Ryan's doing part of Dan's job. We have closed that office down there. We are covering everything we can right now for staffing wise. I approve also developments as much as a little house. If there's a water complaint that usually Dan would go out, I send Ryan to go out and then I do an investigation. We are down right now and that building is closed and locked up. We can't have people wandering around looking through barricades or whatever. And Wendy's handling all those invoices. I just want to kind of let you know what's all going on with the staffing wise right now.
How many FTEs are we down right now?
No, Dan, full-time employee.
Are you talking just the administrative?
Yeah. We're fully staffed.
You should go to the microphone. We can't hear you.
Yep.
So this is the most cost-effective solution. We filled the vacancy for the person who retired, and all we're asking right now is to add an additional 30 hours. And again, it's much less expensive than going out and hiring another person, training the person, going through the interview process. It's very time-consuming.
Okay. All right.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved. Recommend 6-month extension of M&N Shooting Enterprise, LLC, doing business as Boxhorns, and the City of Muskego lease agreement for Boxhorn Pole Barn area. Jeff, I think, who wants to update?
Do you want to say some motion? Or
Either way.
why don't you do a motion?
Okay, is there a motion first?
So moved.
second.
Thank you.
This
Okay.
is, if you remember the lease we have with Boxhorn, the idea behind that lease was to allow them to build their own facility to house the stuff that they're keeping with us right now. They're current on their rent. They pay $1,000 a month. I also have a security deposit in hand. They came to us now and said, and I know it's like last hour, but they wanted 6 more months to build their structure. Scott is, informed me that he really doesn't need that building right now for to house any of our stuff. So it's kind of easy to say, okay, we'll give them the 6 months, we'll get $6,000 more in rent, and then Scott can take it over at the end. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add.
They do have a set of plans into us. They pulled a commercial building permit with us. We have gotten back to them and said, you have to give us a couple more things. I'm trying to be a nice person here in good faith. They gave us a set of plans. We looked at it once for engineering planning. I feel that this pole barn, they don't need to go to plan commission, correct, Adam, for any of this stuff. So this is like, they're doing their due diligence to get it done. In my mind, this barn, if they have the right contractor, they probably could be done in 4 months. And then they move out, and then we would only, be done with that.
The problem is they waited so long. I mean, and so I notified them earlier in the month, and I said, look, you got to be out February 28th. And so I kind of tried to put the fire under them. Look, you got to get these plans in. You got to get this thing built, because we're not going to keep this thing going forever. So from what you're saying, it sounds like
they have reacted well to that email, I would have to say, and they've provided us stuff. And we already gave them initial reviews. They are getting us 3 more sets copies of the plans, and then we'll do our full review, issue the building permit. They have to hire a contractor, and they had to get it done. So that's where it is.
And this wouldn't affect us negatively at all?
Nope.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved. Recommend letter of credit reduction for Muskego Lakes Estates.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved. Police replacement vehicle, I guess we'll go the same way. Can be a motion to approve, please?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, discussion. Everybody read the memo? Accidents happen.
So a new vehicle was in the budget for next year, correct? That was going to replace this one that was in the accident?
No, there was actually one this year that we put out. And,
Yeah, there was one in this year that we took out of the budget, but our plan for next year's budget would have been to replace this one, correct?
Okay, so I guess, maybe I missed it in there. What is the plan for next year's budget? To still get a new vehicle then?
No, this will alleviate us needing this vehicle next year. It's just coming a year early is what's happening.
Okay.
And the reason is when they make police vehicles, they shut down their assembly line and make police vehicles. Right. So I can't order a police vehicle and they'll say, yeah, in 2 weeks we're going to put that one out. That there are none available. So I can't get a Tahoe, so I need to order an Explorer because that's all that is available. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait a year. We gave up 1 squad this year, and if we lose a second squad, we're down 2 squads for the rest of this year.
And this vehicle would be sufficient then to go next year without a new one?
Oh yeah, this vehicle will be good for at least 3 years then.
And it's probably cheaper to do it now with the insurance company helping us out a little bit.
It will be, because if we don't do it now, I think it was like around 22,000. If we don't do it now, next year I would need about 77. So.
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved. Voucher approval.
Move to approve utility vouchers in the amount of $145,437.80.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved.
Motion to approve tax vouchers in the amount of $28,252.76.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved.
Move to approve general fund vouchers in the amount of $253,712.14.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved.
Move to approve wire transfers in the amount of $210,680.80.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is approved. Okay, then we have Finance Director's report. You don't need to say anything, but there's nothing there. Any other communications or miscellaneous business? There are none this evening. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.